Hey, what's up, YouTube? Welcome back to Rooney Reacts. I'm back with another John Bonham isolated drumming track, Led Zeppelin, Whole Lotta Love. And this one was requested by Rafi Islam. So thank you very much, Rafi. Rafi, I hope I'm saying your name right there. Thanks so much for that. And actually, a couple of people reached out and suggested Led Zeppelin tracks. So it seems like there's a few John Bonham fans out there. Can't imagine why. But without wasting any more time, let's check out the track. Looks like they've done this on Audacity. Oh, okay. Hear a snare rattling there. Wow. So already super interesting and very revealing. This sounds like the guitar is leaking through the drum, probably the drum overheads. Really interesting. You can hear the snare really rattling. And that's if you're not a drummer, I don't know why you'd be watching this channel if you're not, but the wires on the bottom of the drum, rattling against the head because of vibration or a loud sound. So I'm assuming they're all playing together and it's quite loud. And Jimmy Page is coming through nice and loud through the drum mics. So a lot of bleed, which is something we try and avoid today, but not back then. Worked for them. So yeah, this is super interesting already. Wow. Okay, let's keep it going. Sounds like rustling papers. Would be really interested to know if that is reverb or if he's ghosting the 16th note after the backbeats on the snare hits. I actually couldn't tell then, but really awesome. Surprisingly messy. Now, don't hate me. I'm not saying I'm as good as John Bonham. Don't worry. I'm not saying John Bonham's bad. It's not perfect. It's not 2020 computer perfect. Still amazing, but yeah, it's a bit sloppy. It's a bit flammy. Again, if you're not a drummer, again, I don't know why you'd be watching this channel. Flamming is when we hit things not quite at the same time. But of course, we don't know if he wanted to flam things. Maybe he wanted it to be rock and roll. Maybe he was quite drunk. I have no idea. Let's keep it going. This is very consistent and nice. Bit of percussion creeping in there. Bongos. So it looks like this is an overdub. We've got drums 1, drums 2, and then a percussion left and right, is it? So yeah, it looks like this has been overdubbed in the studio with, on the drum track, it looks like, I think he's just playing hi-hats with his foot, and you can really hear the pedal working there, which is another thing that we don't get in modern recordings. You don't get a lot of hardware sounds at all, and you don't want that. And engineers frantically, scurry around your drum kit trying to correct those kind of things. But it's all here, and yeah, and some nice percussion over the top, which I'm sure Bonham played in the studio. Let's keep it going. Santana vibe, isn't it? I think I just heard him turn a snare on there. Just on the Santana vibe thing, and sorry to keep stopping it, but A Whole Lot of Love, when was that recorded? Was it after the infamous, must have been, right? Must have been after Woodstock, 68. Very Santana influenced, but it sounds that way anyway. Let's keep going. I want to go back to where he turned the snare on. There we go. Sounds like he's playing with his hands there, maybe. Scary guitar sounds coming through. Drum solo, just keep the guitar down. Just keep it. I didn't feel that transition there, timing-wise. I'd maybe, again, have to listen to the whole track, although there might not be a lot more to the whole track. That might be at that point because it might be just solo drums. I wasn't feeling that transition. I didn't feel like it related to the previous tempo, but let's have another listen. Back it up a little bit. He's Bonham, who am I? It's all good stuff though. Oh yeah. Now we're in with the timbre. Is that Bonham with the or is it a ghost? It can't be Robert Plant, can it? I don't think he would be in the same room. He'd be in a vocal booth. He'd be very isolated, I imagine. Hit me in the comments with what's the different layers of vocals there. Oh yeah. This sounds great percussion track in there. Full drums and full percussion. Tempo change there, sound alike. This was a great request. Thank you so much to Rafi Islam. This is awesome. I'm going to need to listen to this again to fully take in the awesomeness and listen to the full track, although it might not be any point putting up the full track because it'll probably will get blocked. But yeah, this deserves another listen for sure. Let's keep it going. Let's finish it off. Choked. 20 endings there. Oh yeah, really, really awesome. And a lot of just so many things. I'm not a great audio engineer by any stretch, and I don't know a heap about audio engineering, but it's just amazing listening to the bleed coming through of the different instruments and even the vocals. And I guess some of that could even be coming through headphone mixes. I'm not sure. But it sounded like the guitars, were heavily bleeding through into the overhead mics. And you've got squeaky pedals. You've got, imperfections in the playing. The time moves around. And it works. It's magic and it's classic. And it's epic. That's the word that I come back to with Bonham and Led Zeppelin. It's just epic. Each song is it's like a big story, a big roller coaster, and you're just hanging on for this crazy ride. And the other thing I'd say is comparing it to, it's not fair to compare, it's not right probably to compare drummers really, but listening to Keith Moon and then Bonham, to me there's a huge difference. Part of it could be when they were recording and differences in recording capabilities. But this just sounds so much fatter. The isolated Moon tracks, they just sounded really thin to me. The drum sound was thin and quite one-dimensional. And this is just bigger, more sort of approaching a modern sound, despite those little things I mentioned. It's just bigger and fatter and groovier to me. I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from the Keith Moon fans, and I need to check out more Moon. But yeah, really cool. Thanks again. Keep hitting me with the requests in the comments section. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. All right, take it easy.